So I now want to walk you through impacting individual properties' performance throughout the whole process, rather than just sort of using those stock standard of assumptions of 5% growth and 4% rental yield. We can actually change by default an individual's property's performance. And so, as we do those purchases down the line, those criteria might change about what we want. And so, as a baseline, it uses these assumptions up the top, whatever growth rate you set and whatever rental yield you set. But we can actually change those individuals. So what it's going to take is, if we've got any existing properties in the portfolio, it's actually going to use as a default the historical growth on that property. So say this property's performed at 7% on average, it's going to take that 7% on average since purchase and then use that moving forward. Now, that might be a little bit skewed depending on when they purchased the property. If it was 10 years ago, probably going to give us a clear indication. If it was a year ago and there's been phenomenal growth since then, this compound growth rate might be 20% or something. So, we really want to make sure that it's correct and just check these as we impact the algorithm. So based on the existing portfolio, you can update these custom right here, right now. So we're saying here, we're going to use this future compound growth rate. Let's just change this to 5.5%. Let's be a little bit conservative. And that's just going to update that individual property's growth rate and impact how that impacts the algorithm on the back end from there. So that's just on an individual properties level. You'll now come back in here and you'll see that that's now updated. Now we've also got this entry rental yield as well. So at the moment, what that's going to do is say, okay, well, based on the rental yield that the actual property has today, we're going to use that percentage. So we're not going to change these. We're not going to move them or anything else like that. We're going to take the actual rental yield that's on the property today and then use that moving forward. So there's no way to change these, and I don't think we need to. They're just going to increase with that rental increase per annum that we've set here. So 2.5% per annum, we're going to increase those rents moving forward into the future using the current rent that they have today. Now, the other way that we can change things is future purchases. So we've got a 2021 purchase here, 2024, 24, 25, 26. So I scroll up to these manual changes. You can see those. So 21, 24, 25, 26. So the way we change these is we actually go into that individual year, and we've now got two custom fields, custom compound growth rate and a custom rental yield. So let's say that this compound growth rate is going to be 6% and this rental yield is going to be 3%. We can change those, scroll down and update those fields. And then, as you might do for subsequent purchases, you can change them individually as well. So now if I scroll down to this summary, we can see 6% compound growth rate and 3% rental yield on entry. And that's going to update your charts to show you everything from where we go. One thing I'll show you is, so based on this scenario, we get to 17 million in total portfolio value and we get to 183 in passive income. So let's change this last purchase. Maybe it's going to be a bit more of a high cash flow property. So we'll change the growth down to 3%. And then we might change the yield up to 7%. Update that. And now that we've changed those, we can see the impact that it's going to have. Our portfolio value is now going to get to 16 million. So, pretty significantly lower than what we saw before. But our passive income is going to get to 239. So you can really play with these properties on an individual level and see how they impact things moving forward.